Here's question 4, okay, it's draw this function here. To draw this function, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your calculator, you're going to go to the table function, you're going to enter in x squared, we already know most of this already, then you have minus 6x plus 5. And then you're going to be starting at 0, and then in that, 6. Step of 1. Now here's your points. Now as we can see already that these points are already they're already drawn, aren't they, on this graph here. So we can see the point 0, 5 is here. You can see the point 1, 0 is here. The point 2 minus 3 is down here. Then we have the point 3 minus 4 all the way down here. And then we have the point 4 minus 3, which is located here. And then we have the point 5, 0 located here. And finally the last point 6, 5 located up here. So we do know this is the diagram we're looking for. Are we happy with that? Now, what we're going to do next is use the graph. Remember, keyword being use the graph. Okay? Use the graph to find the values of x for which f of x equals 0. Ben, what does f of x equals 0 mean?
If the input is 0 from the input.
Opposite way around?
If the output is 0.
If the output is 0, find the input. Okay? So please remember, f of x means the output. You're looking to find out if the output is 0, find the input. So where is the output equal to 0? The y-axis, or the vertical line, is the output. So keep going down. That's an output of 5, an output of 4, an output of 3, and an output of 0 is over here. Now where does the line, where does our curve have an output of 0?
5.
Go along the curve. Yeah, 5 is one of them. And the other one? 5 and 1. Because these are the points 1, 0 and 5, 0. Both of them have an output of 0. Does everybody see that? When you draw them, the y value is 0, so they both have an output of 0. So answer to this question is x equals 1, x equals 5. Okay, Paul, what's the next question mean? F of 2.5.
So the input is 2.5.
Input of 2.5. Yeah. Which one's the input line, Paul?
The one going sideways.
Sideways line.
Yeah.
So you go to 2.5, which is halfway in between
2 and 3.
2 and 3. And you have it here. Roughly there, right? Now what you do next?
You go down underneath the line.
Yeah, and when you meet the line?
Go across.
Go across, and what value do we get?
3 and 2.5.
Well, that's minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, minus 4, so minus 3.9, 3.8. So about minus 3.8 for that one, guys, okay? So, go back to the top, minus 3.8. Find the area of the smallest rectangle that will enclose the graph. Oisin, do you remember this one?
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
Well, like a rectangle and like just put it around it all across it.
Put around the graph, okay? So I'm going to make a rectangle right here.
It fits like all the...
Fits everything. Tell me when to stop. Do I need it wider or? Try to need a bit wider, don't I?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of the top of it, yeah.
Oh, just a small bit, is it? A bit now. That blue rectangle, we weren't asked to draw this part, by the way. We're only at the domain was 0 to 6, wasn't it? Everybody agreed that was the domain 0 to 6. So everything outside of 6. See the two red lines I'm about to draw here? They don't count because they're not in the domain. Now, what's the width of this rectangle? How many blocks across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 blocks across. How many blocks down? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How did you get the width of a rectangle of 6 by 9? Length by width.
54.
And you get 54. That's 54. The area of that rectangle is 54. Everybody happy with that? Okay. Now, estimate the values of x for which f of x equals f of 1, f of 3 plus f of 4. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. Okay guys, anybody tell me what f of 1 is? What does f of 1 mean? Barry, what does f of 1 mean?
The input is 1.
Input is 1. And what's the value when your input is 1?
0.
See the point 1, 0 guys? When your input is 1, your output is 0. This means, what is the output when the input is 1? It's 0. What about 3, Charlie? Input of 3, any idea?
3, 0.
3 is here. That's an input of 3. And it keeps going down. And when does it hit the graph? And what value is it there?
4, minus 4.
Minus 4. Because that is the point 3 minus 4. An input of 3 gives an output of minus 4. Okay? So, what we said so far is that this is 0 and the other one is minus 4. What can we say about f of 4? An input of 4, guys. Input of 4. What happens when you put in an input of 4? Kenny?
Minus 3.
Input of 4 gets you minus 3. So that's going to be worth minus 3. Okay? So go back to the top, and what we have is this. This is a hard question, okay? We had 0, we had plus minus 4, didn't we? And now we have minus 3. Would you agree with that? F of 4 is minus 3. F of 3 is minus 4. And f of 1 was 0. Okay? So, what happens when you put that into the calculator? What happens next? What do you get? You're going to get f of x equals f of x equals minus 1. And what does f of x equals minus 1 mean? Can everybody tell me? F of x equals minus 1. What does that mean? Yes, right.
The output is minus 1.
Output is minus 1. Where is the output minus 1, lads?
The y-axis.
And draw a line over, and what happens?
It's 1.3.
About 1.2, 1.3? Yeah? So the answer is x equals 1.2 or 1.3, yes?
There's another one as well.
There is another one as well.
4.7.
I'll go 4.8, that's alright with you. Okay. Question 5, last one we're doing? Yeah? Okay. Have the function f of x equals x squared minus x minus 2 in a domain of minus 3 to 4. What we do is we go to our calculator, we enter in, I'll do it from scratch, alpha x squared minus x minus 2. The start being located at minus 3 and the end is at 4. Press the equals there, step of 1. Here are the points we want to draw. Do these points match the graph? Let's have a look. Minus 3 and 10 is here. I might need to make it slightly smaller so we can see all the points. Okay, so we'll go again. Minus 3 and 10, everybody? It's located here. Minus 2 and 4. Located there. Minus 1 and 0. No bother. 0 minus 2. Is that on the graph? And then you have 1 minus 2. Now do you see what we did there, guys? See the way we only know this point here and this point here. What did we do in between those 2 points? Aaron?
You curved down.
We dropped under and back up again. Please remember to do that. You're not to draw a straight line going directly across. Then we have our 2, 0. And our, what's the other one then? 2, 0, 3, 4. 3, 4 being located here. And finally 4, 10. So is everybody happy with that? That's how you draw it in a test, wouldn't you? You draw a diagram like this and these are all your points. Everybody happy enough with that? Now that we've drawn that, we need to figure out what exactly are we being asked in this question. So okay, what we've been asked. Now, use the values of x to find which f of x equals 0. Charlie, what does f of x equals 0 mean? F of x equals 0? What does it mean though? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you're right. It's you're talking about the output there, so the output is 0, okay? So Paul, if the output is 0, what's the inputs?
1 and 2.
Minus 1 and 2. Minus 1, 0 and 2, 0. What does that mean? When the input is 2, the output is 0. And when the input is minus 1, the output is? So the output is 0 for both of them, isn't it? So that means that your two answers are going to be x equals minus 1, x equals 2. Now, find two values for which the output is 4. No, when the output is 4, how would you do that?
4.
On which axis? The x or the y axis? Y axis, okay? And then what you do now? You want the input of 4, output of 4, I mean?
Yeah.
So you draw downwards. And what's your 2 points?
4 and
Sorry?
wait, it's 2, 3.
So this point here is minus 2, 4.
Oh, okay.
This point here is
3,
3,
4.
4. This in English means when you have an input of minus 2, you have an output of 4. When you have an input of 3, you have an output of. So your two inputs therefore are minus 2 and 3. Because both of them have an output of 4. Okay, next one's a difficult one. It means 2 multiplied by whatever that is minus whatever this is. So let's figure out what each one is. What's f of 3, lads? f3, Ben, f3?
That's if the input is 3.
So input of 3, which axis am I going to use? X-axis or y-axis?
X-axis.
Input of 3 is located here. What's the output then?
The output is 4. Yeah.
4, because it's the point 3, 4. If the input is 3, the output is 4. That's 2 times 4. What about F4? What about when the input is 4? Bushin, input of 4. Where is an input of 4 located?
X.
X equals 4.
4.
And you go up. No, not that one. It's to the graph. 410. 410 means when your input is 4, your output is 10. Replace that with a 10. So, it's going to be 2 multiplied by 4, take away 10. How would you do that? 2 multiplied by 4, take away 10? Anybody?
Minus 2.
8 minus 10 is minus 2. F of x equals minus 2. Now what? What does this question mean? Output is minus 2, find the input. Where is the output minus 2? Y-axis or x-axis?
Y-axis.
Y-axis, where's it located? Down here. And what's that going to be? It's 0 minus 2 and 1 minus 2. And what are the two inputs?
0, 1.
0 and 1. Okay, let's